hit the wrong button there. How's it going, guys? Paper Fan Games. How do I show up as a thing on the bottom? Actually, you should be showing up. Let's see. Yep, I see you. You're right here. There you go. Here's the bombs for you. There you go. You just got airborne. How's it going, folks? How's it going? Alright, so as you guys may know, if you were here for the last broadcast, you guys know that I have been doing some freelance animation work right now, and I'm kind of in the middle of it. What was that? On Wednesday, I did the 1 hour lunch break, and kind of doing the same thing today, although at the moment, I think I have all my animation stuff up to speed, so I'm just kind of waiting on notes. So the good news is, in theory, I might be able to make this a longer broadcast today. So at least do the hour, my lunch break hour kind of concept. But depending on how things go, I might be able to go a little longer today. Let's see. Yeah, I got that adjusted. So yeah, I'm kind of frantic today, trying to get my stuff done, the paid work done, and still get everything set up for the broadcast here. And I think I've got everything in place, but we'll play by ear and see how we do as we go along. But all right, let me start this off properly. How's it going, guys? Happy Friday, TGIF. It is Friday, yes? I lose track so easily these days. Yeah, look at that, it's Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys got good plans for the weekend. As you know, we are 1 week away now from the Global Game Jam. So, and I just heard from my buddy Gunner, who's helping organize this giant beast of a project here in Las Vegas. And great news from him that we will be set up there, and he said that I will actually have a hardline internet connection, which means that I will be able to stream like crazy for that whole thing. Hey, there he is. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear as Gunner 0007. Welcome. What's up, buddy? So yeah, I was just singing your praises, man. Thank you so much for getting that set up. So I will be doing a regular Twitch stream, but I will stop down, or maybe not stop down, but at least try and switch. I don't know if I can do that dynamically, or I have to do it, have to stop and restart. But we're gonna get featured. Mixer is doing like 1 hour slots for all the different Global Game Jam locations. Excuse me. And we've been granted a 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for us on Saturday, which I think is a great time slot. And it's like right after the meal time, so I can actually make sure I get some food in my belly, so I'm not like falling over. But so that's gonna be awesome, man. So we'll see. I'm hoping that the Twitch stream gets some activity as well, but the Mixer, in theory, because Microsoft's really pushing that, in theory, we should actually have quite a few people checking that stream out. And I'm going to be grabbing anybody that walks by, you know, and kind of going, hey, come here, talk to me. What are you working on? Where were you on July 14th at 7 p.m.? No, I won't do that. But, nah, I mean, I'll be like dragging people over that voluntarily that want to come over and talk about what they're working on as well. So, should be fun. You know, I've done a couple of, there he goes. Hey, it's him. Welcome back. Thanks, man. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know if you caught that. I didn't mention that you are in the bottom there. You're in the mix. So, let me see. Where are you? Here you go. Incoming. Catch my bombs. There you go. Strafing time. So, excuse me. So, yeah, so as I was just talking about the Global Game Jam coming up next week, and pretty excited about it. You know, as I said, I've done a few game jams before, but not the Global Game Jam, so it should be interesting. And the fact that I'm going to try and stream as much as possible. We'll see how much I can actually do, but I'll probably bring my big monster box with me so I can do it, since the laptop just has no chance of streaming at all. So that'll be the game plan. And that is next week. I hope you guys might be able to join in as well. If not, I hope you guys watch some streams too to check out what all of us are going to be working on. So, so as I was saying, I got to check. I have my screen above here. I actually have my screen set up for my freelance stuff. And as of this moment, my freelance work is pretty much done. I'm just waiting on feedback. So I might be able to do a longer stream today. At least an hour, because that'll be my lunchtime break here. But fingers crossed, you know, if everyone's content with the work I've done, then I might be able to do a longer stream today. Otherwise, I may come back tonight anyways, either way. But how you guys doing? What's up for this weekend, man? You guys gonna do anything fun? I'm trying to think. Don't have too much planned myself. We got a couple of playoff football games to watch. Should be interesting. St. Louis, Pats, that's my prediction, but we'll see. But in the meantime, let me look at what I'm working on here. This is my to-do list, which, look at this, I love this. So the to-do list I had before was the beta, and this is the get this stuff done and it goes out the door kind of list. So I'm pretty excited about how much it's shrinking. You know, we're getting closer. And, hey! Celichill, how's it going? Welcome back. Good to see you again. I'll be there on Saturday to watch. Cool. Yeah, so for the Saturday at 1 p.m., we'll be on Mixer, right? But for the rest of it, I'll be back on Twitch. I'm going to just start cranking away. Even if you guys are all asleep and no one's watching, let me adjust my seat here. Or is it my monitor? Sorry, I'm going to tweak this. I think I bumped it earlier, so there it goes. All right, I'm a little more center frame there. Okay. Like I said, I had like no time to set up. I was literally like minutes before I was firing up, I was trying to finish the freelance animation work, so so I didn't get to set things up properly, but I think we're all good now. So no, but I'm gonna try, and depending on what time I get there Friday night, I'm gonna try and start the Twitch stream up, and then try and do as much as I can over the weekend, and I'll stop down to do the Mixer. Because I mean I know I can do the restream, but I don't know if you can kind of toggle them on the fly, and I don't want to do too much at once. So I'll do Twitch for most if not all of the Global Game Jam, and then Mixer 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Saturday. So that's gonna be fun. Haven't talked about any plans on what I'm gonna do yet. I have a couple of casual ideas in my head. But I think I'm definitely going to bring out the Leap Motion. You know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's Leap Motion. It's kind of like a Kinect, but it just sort of like tracks your hand motions. I've worked with it a couple times before, and it just creates some really fun interactions kind of stuff. And so I may try and throw something together, and hopefully can bring some other people on board that want to work on something like that. It won't be too sophisticated, but hopefully just interactive enough that it's sort of interesting. But that's next week. And then I also I'm going to do a presentation on the basic intro to Unity, so I have to get that polished up this weekend. So, yeah, look at that. I do have stuff to do this weekend, my homework. But, all right, so let's check this out. Make the AI work on the red side. Okay, so I can either try and tackle this. Right now, the AI only works on the blue side. So I can try and start playing with that. Or, you know what? No, I better not. I better try and tackle this first, which is villager management. Because right now, AI just automatically sends out 2 villagers, right? And just never changes. Number one, it's a terrible strategy. Number two, it's a big red flag that, hey, I'm playing a bot. Because he always sends out 2 villagers, you know, no matter what. So, I definitely want to do this. And I should probably revise this before I try and make it match on the red side as well. So... And then, excuse me, I guess I should address that and the power-up management as well. Because, as I said, the AI will always go after a power-up, you know, which is kind of stupid. Because if you're like, you know, if you've wiped out the board and the launcher's exposed and you're starting to go after launcher and then a pop-up comes up, you know, a power-up, and then the launcher turn starts going after the power-up, that's a bot, you know. So I need to make the bot a little more smart, a little more intelligent. This one, I still got to do some homework on this. I was trying to set this up because right now the leaderboard, it loads like 100 records and it takes literally like 35-40 seconds to load all that stuff. That's just not going to fly. If I load it at 10 records at a time, then it's only like a second or two, which is fine. That's great. But I was having trouble pulling the proper records because it's just not as simple as just grabbing the top 10 and then working your way down. I want it to look at your score, right? So when it loads up, it shows your page, right, on whatever page you're on, and grabs those 10. So, and I have it where it comes up initially, but then when I try and revise it and grab another 10 records, that's where it kind of falls apart. So I may have to do a little more digging on the Kombu side, because I'm using Kombu, of course, for the player management. So I may have to do a little more homework to try and figure out that one. And then this one, I mentioned before, if you create a guest account, I want you to have the option after the fact to pair that with Google Play or Game Center, so that way your account can't be lost, right? Even if you wipe your drive, if you wipe your phone, if you reinstall or whatever, if it's linked to a Google Play or Game Center, you can always just log back in, and I will always be able to provide you the information again. But that one's going to require some help with Android and that kind of stuff, so I don't know if that's going to work well for the stream. And then adding clicks to buttons, I was doing that last night. I was watching some stuff on Amazon, and then I just started going through and adding clicks. I got a good chunk of the way through it, but there's still certain screens, so I'll just probably make note of it along the way. So if we hit like, let's see, sound effects low. Yeah, so if I turn up the sound effects high. Oh, and then also I muted the sheep on the main menu because I'd like to have the button clicks as an option, but there's no reason to have the sheep billowing on the main menu. So you'll see here in a second, you'll see him. See, they're still doing the animation, right? But I went ahead and just silenced them. So if we come back here, what I do is, on the main menu, when I load them up, I grab their audio source and just click it off. So that way, you know, it still does the motion, but we don't hear the sound. Because if you have the music turned off, and it's kind of annoying if you just hear the random sheep sounds. But I just got pegged here. Okay, I'll check that out later. But yeah, there you can hear the click. It's a little faint, but so let's see. Yeah, full there. Okay, so the clicks are there for a bunch of the screens. You know, like here you can hear the little clicks. So I'll probably come back and revisit some of those later on. But I think what I want to tackle at the moment, and once again, I have to keep track to make sure I don't get notes for the animation stuff. But I think what I want to do is go after, if I can bring this back up. I'm going to start with this. I think I'm going to try and come up, because I'm going to do as a code routine, and teach the AI to handle his players better. So I don't really have a grand scheme on this yet, a thought process. So I'm going to be kind of doing this on the fly, dynamically. But I mean, it's easy to say, yeah, you know when to put stuff out there, and you know don't. But it's sort of a bigger challenge to say, okay, but put that in writing. So I mean, obviously it's easy to think about, well, if the buildings are destroyed, send out villagers, but when, you know. So that's what we're going to tackle, I think. That's what we're going to jump on right now. So, and since it's a giant beast, why not continue making it an even bigger one? So this, yeah, you see all the code in here. That's just insane, but I'm just going to throw it in here because everything else is in the game controller. And I'm too lazy and too uneducated to split it all up. So it's all going to be here. So let's see. I don't need it as a public, but I will throw it enumerator. Excuse me. Bot. Let's see. What do I want to call it? How about management for bot? I think that'll work. All right, and I always hate this little squiggly lines in there, so I just put a temporary yield return null just as a temporary thing, just so he'll shut up. I mean, I know that's anal. You know, I know this is gonna go away, but just seeing the red there just bugs me right from the get-go. So, I'm gonna throw him in there just for the time being. Excuse me. All right. So, WoW game active. Yeah. So what I'll have to do is make sure that I, excuse me, the game active flag is turned to false until it finishes the ready, aim, fire. So I got to make sure that I don't start this coroutine up too early, otherwise it's just gonna fail right out. So, but while it's doing that, let's see. Now I have to think, how often do I want this to run? No, wait for seconds. Let's see. I'm gonna give it like, what do I think? Like 2 or 3. I could even go like 5 seconds, I guess. I don't want it to go too long. Let's see. Oh, 1 sec here. We're checking. Oh, nope, not about me. Cool. Alright. Just checking the freelance job. Alright, so wait for seconds. I'm going to say like, so if it hits, I guess every 5 seconds. So, yeah, I mean, there's no reason for it to be constantly polling, right? And I mean, even a normal player will get distracted sometimes, right? And not pay attention, you know, and then kind of look at the buildings and kind of go, oh crap, and then start adding some villagers. Let's see. And let me see what I actually call that. Let's go. Nope. 16 villagers. Red. Blue bot playing. Let's see. Trying to remember. Yeah, I mean, so anything to do with villager maintenance, I haven't really touched that in ages. So I have to like refresh my memory exactly how I manage it. I thought it was a variable in right here in the game controller. Let's see. Oh, repair. I think it's under repair. Oops. Alright. Yeah. Red buildings to repair. That's not it. It's blue buildings to repair. Alright. I'll just go to the villager script. Refresh my memory off of him. Total red builders. Really? That's what I called it? Okay. Alright, I guess that was a variable that sounded like it made sense at the time, but... If, host... Alright. So if the player is hosting the game, then we want the AI to mess with the blue builders. Alright, so we start with 0. Let me find out where I have that. So I have it defaulting to 2, like I said. Let me find out where that is. Demo game, that's fine. I don't care about that. Total blue builders. Alright, that one I can knockout. Start there with 0. Oops, I do want that in 0. All right. You know what? I'll just drop this to 0. There's no reason to overdo that. Right. So he defaults at 0, and then through the gameplay he'll adjust. Okay. Selichi, have you got your next stream set up yet? You know when you're gonna be streaming again? Or are you just gonna wing it? If you're still around. Alright, I always do the wrong one here. Nope, that's not the one I want. Ugh. That guy. Nope, that's still not right. Where's my cursor? I'm up there. There it goes. Yep. Gonna stream tomorrow. Hopefully around 1 or 2 Eastern Standard Time. Cool. Alright. Yeah. Unless I'm doing chores or all that kind of fun stuff, I will definitely join in and hang out with you as well. See how's it going. Oh, God. I keep hitting. I don't mean to do that. I'm trying to scroll. And I'm missing. So part of it for me, let's see, I'm just trying to like adjust it. There it is. That's better. Yeah, of course. Yeah, happy to join you. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Yeah. So one of the frustrating things about the animation job I'm doing, the freelance job, is I'm not using a local computer. I'm not using my own machine. I'm using one of theirs, and they're 250 miles away. So I have this little box that allows me to remote into their computer in real time. And it's cool. The technology is cool, but not surprisingly, the mouse is lagging, right? So, I mean, you work on that for like several hours, and then you sort of like overshoot all your stuff when you go back to your regular computer. Because I'm used to moving it and waiting for the mouse to kind of like catch up, you know, you like move and like that, you know. So, I'm getting a little like trigger happy with my mouse dragging right now. But I'll get that back to normal here in a second. Okay. So, and let's see. Yeah, so those are marked out. That's got to be super frustrating. Yeah. You get used to it after a while. But, I mean, and there are times where like, the data will kind of skip, and you just, I don't know, if anyone ever used the old mouse when they had, like, the ball and the roller wheels, and you know how it would get when you get, like, dirt on the wheels, and it would stick all the time? That's kind of like what that's what it feels like sometimes when it stutters, right? And you just, at that point, you just let it go, or kind of like when your computer hangs, right? And you just kind of like move the mouse in circles and just watch it like do that, and you just wait for it to get kind of fluid again. But, it's fine. I mean, come on, I'm still getting to do animation work, and I'm getting to do it from home, so, that is a minor quibble in my book. Alright, so then, let's see, what I need to check is, let's see, buildings destroyed, and I had that a second ago. Let's see, cannonball hit, let's see, let's see, boom. That's my computer typing to run Grim Rogue in Unity while streaming. Yeah, so you were using a Mac, right? I think you're using a Mac laptop, right? Working on it outside of stream for the first time in a while, and I forgot that it runs smoothly. Yeah, I just upgraded my machine. I got one for Christmas. Thanks to the stupid Black Friday sales, I got a really good deal, But my older machine, if you look at some of my the streams, they're on YouTube now, but I moved them over. But it was funny because my older box, and I never could debug it, but I could go for about an hour and the machine would just completely freeze, just lock up hard, right? And I never found out who the culprit was. I didn't know if it was the video card. At first I thought the card was running hot, but you know, it wasn't. I even got like a fan to put on the side of it, but that didn't turn out to be the culprit. It wasn't the hard drive because I had a dual boot, so all my computers are set up for dual boot. I have one hard drive that boots up into productivity, and I have one hard drive that boots up into gaming. So that way I never get the temptation while I'm working away kind of going, maybe I should just play a game for 5 minutes. Because if I want to do that, I have to literally shut the machine down, you know, unplug one drive and plug in another drive, and then fire it up and then start playing a game. So that prevents me from, I have to consciously want to start playing a game. But the point is that on my older box, both hard drives were doing that freeze, right? So it couldn't have been the hard drive. That's smart. No, that's called lack of self-restraint, right? That is, putting a security guard on the cookie jar, right? That's, that's the only way I could keep myself in check, right? It's just too tempting, But, yeah. So I don't know what it was, but if you watch some of the older broadcasts, it'd be hysterical because I would, sometimes I could go for 2 or 3 hours and it would never crash, and sometimes I could go for minutes and the old machine would just freeze. So, I indulged and bought myself a new box, and it is just beautiful. I'm so happy with it now. But yeah, I know what it's like to have like sluggishness and all that kind of stuff, and it's just it's miserable. It definitely. You scroll past stuff and you start swearing and all that kind of fun stuff. I have a PC I built for gaming, but it's been broken for the last 5 months because I know if I fix it, my productivity will tank. See, there you go. That's another self-restraint tool, right? There you go. Yeah. It is tempting. I have a backlog of literally hundreds of games on Steam that I would love to play. Not to mention VR too. My wife got me a Vive headset a while back, and I love it, but I have a hard time making the time for it. I keep promising myself I'm going to shut down and play games, and never seems to happen. Especially now that I'm so close to getting this stupid game out the door, right? I keep telling myself then I'm going to shut down, give myself time, but no, I'm sure I'm just going to start moving on to the next game. All right. Buildings, ripplings, active. That's what I want. Let's see. And then this is blue. All right. How do I want to split this up? You know what? I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to be redundant. Rather than have it check each section if it's blue or red, I'm going to just make it a blue version and a red version. I think that'd be cleaner. Having Mac is useful because finding games to play for it is way harder. Yeah. I heard they got Pong. Yeah. That's astounding to me that for such a brilliant company in so many ways that they don't have machines that have proper video cards or like peppy graphic cards. It's a strange kind of setup, but and I guess it makes sense why no one wants to develop games for it because of that reason. You either have to have a game that runs on a mobile device with similar speeds, or or it's gonna be a slideshow, or you have to do some insane optimizations. All right. Let's see. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a int. Last. Blue buildings active. Good. So then we can do like a last check, and then we'll start it with buildings active. There. So if is not equal to excuse me. Let's see. I also want to do this int active checked value. I know it's a stupid long last I'll do this. How about this? Last checked value is equal to, I'll show you what I'm thinking about here. So excuse me, what I want to do is add a kind of a dual kind of check system here. So because in this case what I want is, so every time it loops through, you know, so right now every 5 seconds it loops through and checks to see if any more of his buildings got destroyed since the last time we checked, right? And if there's a variance, then we know. Then the choice can be to ignore it or to send villagers out. But once we've checked it, we don't want to have to keep, you know, checking that. Well, you know what? Actually, I guess since I'm doing it every 5 seconds, I guess it's not that bad. You know what? Now that I think that I say that out loud, I'm not going to do that. I was thinking that I'd have a thing to say, okay, if we already checked this one, then, you know, don't bother doing it again. But, good for temp, but continue with internal notes? Huh. Oh, crud. I had internal notes. I thought I had that knocked out. 1910. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Okay, it looks like I will have to do some animation work here. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to do an extended broadcast today. I just had some notes pop up, so. But I am going to do my 1 hour here, like I said I would. This is my little lunch break here, so. So, unfortunately, I will have to bounce out of here shortly after 2, which sucks. But I will come back tonight. I will come back tonight and do a couple more hours. Oh, crap. Yeah, I have to clarify that. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'll share that stuff. Once the show comes out, I'll share with all the stuff I'm working on as we speak. But until it actually comes out, I can't really talk too much. But all right. So, you know, at first I was thinking that I didn't want it to keep repeating the checks. Oh, cool. You're going to be around tonight as well. Awesome. Cool. What was that? Oh, I got another. Oh, crap. Yep, hold on. I'm getting. What additional version? Class center. Hold on. Sorry. I gotta handle this one for a second. Sorry, guys. Really? Crap. It's my lunch break. Come on, guys. 4. Sorry, guys. Um, 10. Sorry, this is the definition of not entertaining, I know, but I gotta check this and I think this has been addressed. Version 4. So once you're done with this game, will you finally resume your VR project, Brothel Simulator? Oh, Neo Tokyo. Look at that. Causing some trouble. No, version 4. Oh, open scene. Sorry guys. Just in a conversation with the clients here for a second. What the hell? 18 and 11:54. Sorry guys. Hang tight. Sorry. Usually notes come a lot more less frequently. So alright. But I still got 20 minutes on my lunch break here. So let me check that out while that's going, but okay. Yeah, so what I was saying was the fact that I was going to have it not check unless that number changes, but I figure if it's only 5 seconds, it can go through and check again. I don't think that's much of a hit. I mean, if nothing else, that might be like too much of a delay. Alright, so if that has changed, then we have to decide if we send guys out or not. And then I'm going to just do one to begin with, just to get the ball rolling, and then I'll have to... by the way, sorry, Neo Tokyo, how's it going, man? I was just, like, calling you out for being a troublemaker, but, you know, that automatically assumes I'm talking about you. But how's it going, man? Good to see you again. So then what I'll do is just do a base version just to get it working, and then I'll have to have it scale based on the simulated skill level of the bot. But let me just get one going. So now I got to think this through in my own head when I do send guys out or not. And how many I should send out. So let's do this. If red building's active, let's see. No, let's do it this way. I'm gonna do a switch. I have 10 buildings. And so I'll just do a switch with all 10 of them, and then I can adjust that based on the simulated skill level of the bot. I think that'll be the cleanest way. So in case it can never be 10. Oh, it could be, I guess. It's 10. If 10 buildings are active, that means we're at full speed. So then, let's see. Doing okay. How's the beta going? Pretty good, man. The list is shrinking significantly. Yeah, like right. The cameraman is trying to. One time. Oh, one sec. Sorry, guys. I gotta like do some more notes here on this one. Oh, good. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's just client notes here. So I'm trying to... I am on my lunch break, but, you know, when client speaks, you listen. Incentives. Oh, crap. Yep. All right. So I went from I'm pretty much done with the animation stuff to I'm not even close now. All right. So let's see. All right. Doing lunch now. Alright. Sorry guys, I'm burning up my 1 hour and not even working on it. I'm sorry about this. But tonight, I'll be shut down and I can focus on doing this. But so, in theory, this was actually a decent system of trying to balance the two, but I did not expect to have a conversation like that, to throw everything into the, into XD. Hey man, how's it going? Welcome, good to see you again. Exactly. He who pays the bills gets your attention. So yeah, but yeah, I think it's all clarified. It was a note that I had before that I did not understand correctly. And if you remember this moment in a few months from now or whenever it happens and the TV show comes out, you know, we can bring this conversation back up again and I can, you know, be a little more specific on what I misunderstood. But I had a shot that I thought I was pretty much done on, but I misunderstood positioning. And as a result, nope, I got a lot of work to do after I jump off here in 15 minutes. Sorry, guys. Another short broadcast today. I apologize. But I promise I'm coming back tonight. I'll start at my classic 8 o'clock because I have a phone call. I got another business phone call I got to deal with at 7. So, yeah, plan on me coming back 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time tonight, and I'll get some proper time in. All right. So if it's 10, then I think I called it builders, didn't I? Yeah, total red builders and total blue builders. So if it's 10, then drop that back to 0. By default, they'll probably come back anyways, but just in case. Let's see. And then how do I actually update that? Is equal. It's been quite a while. Oh, maybe I just do it as a plus plus. Yep. All right. Yeah, and then update blue builders. Yeah, that was correct. I thought I had that right. There. So, and well, you know what? I don't even need to do that there because I'm going to be changing that. Oh, I guess I won't be changing that. I guess I will leave that there. I was going to say I could put it in the bottom as an update, but there's no guarantee I'm going to be updating that. So, because I could look at the situation and say, I don't need to send guys out. Oh, XD, what are you working on? So right now, what I'm trying to plug through, even though I've only got, this is a super short 1 hour lunchtime broadcast. But, so this is what I'm trying to tackle right now. AI only just flat out sends out 2 villagers all the time, right? Doesn't matter if he's like winning and he's like 5 buildings, 6 buildings, 7 buildings ahead. If he gets a building hit, he'll send out 2 villagers, which is stupid strategy. So I'm trying to improve his AI and just make it more competitive, and also make it not look like a bot. So that's what I'm starting on, and that's what I'll be focusing on tonight when I have proper time. So I'm going to just go through all these guys. 10. I'm just going to go down the line. Alright, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excuse me. I apologize. I don't mean to, like, belch on camera, but it seems like whenever I start these broadcasts, I start them up right after I've had lunch or dinner. And that combined with my perpetual fuzzy soft drinking always sets me off. Okay. So, there he goes. So now, because you can have up to, 10 buildings means that there's no buildings knocked down, right? He has 1 building left. That means it's only the, and if it reaches 0, it's game over. So I don't have to worry about 1, or worry about 0, of course. But if it's 1, then we have to decide, do we go into panic mode? Do we send out guys? So this would be a perfect example, right? If I'm down to 1 building left, right? Or that means only the launchers left. And then traditionally you'd think, oh crap, I got to send out, villagers. But if you're shooting his tower, no, you want to go ahead and be able to reload fast because you're going after his tower, right? If the tower is available, right? So that's an example of where there has to be more thought process, right? If you're going after their launcher and they now are able to go after your launcher, yeah, just try and finish them off, right? If he restores a building, right, then you have to rethink. Speaking of which, now that I think about it, waiting 5 seconds, because he could do this initially and say, okay, just don't add villagers. But then he could repair a building in 2 seconds, and then you're going, oh crud, maybe I should get a building going as well. I'll still leave it as a 5 I'll drop it to 4. So every 4 seconds, he'll poll again to see if he needs to change his villager count. So let's do that. Okay. So if he's 10, then automatically. So then 9, then we have to decide. I'd say on even like a beginner, I don't think I'm gonna skip this, right? So if he takes 1 or 2 buildings, I'm gonna just say ignore it, right? At 3, if he takes 3 buildings damage, then it becomes a question of, now you start thinking, should I send out some villagers? And then I think you base that on what your opponent is. So if we'll say if the opponent, which would be the red buildings, if red buildings active is greater than 7, I'll say greater than 8. So if he's excuse me, if he's only down like 1 or 2 buildings, then send out villagers. Now, as to how many, that's a good question. And then I need to add a feature too, because I don't want it to just go from 0 straight up to 2 or straight up to 3, because once again, that's a telltale sign. So I need to make a delay in here. So let's see. So if he has that, and we'll say send out villagers, target of 2. Yeah, I'll just start with that. And I just got to come up with at least a baseline, and just have some values here, and then start adjusting it when I see, if it's looking like he's playing too foolish, or just, needs to tweak it a bit more, make it more granular. But at least for the beginning, I think sending out 2 at the proper time, I think is pretty humanistic. Alright, so then if total blue builders are less than 2, then in that case, then that, and now we do an update builders. And then let's see if I'm gonna do this a second time. I could probably put this in a while or loop, but since it's just this one, I'm gonna do it this way. I may come back and revise this, but at least as a first stab, I'm gonna try it this way. So I'm gonna have two if statements nested. So if he's at 0, he does the first one up to 1, and then if he's at 1, then he does it a second time. But I want to do a. You know what? I guess I should do it this way. While total builders are less than 2. Yeah, I just talked myself into doing it properly because I'm going to recycle this for all the other ones as well. So then we'll add one guy here. Then update. And then we're going to say yield return new wait for new wait for seconds. And then what I'll do is I'll do a range. So if you're thinking like a human, you go click 1000. So I'm gonna say point. Let's see, random range. Say 0.2 to like I'll say 0.7f. Just to me, that's a humanistic kind of behavior, right? So what I'm saying is that the button that cycles between the villagers, 0 through 4, right? I'm guessing the human counterpart would do it if they're like frantically, they're doing it like this, and that's more like a fifth of a second, right? Or it's not 7 seconds, up to 7/10 of a second. So it's more like this, right? I mean, you're still gonna do it kind of fast, and I can even tailor this when I come back and start adding. When I start adding the level kind of features, I can make it where if you're on the lower level, this number would be naturally higher because you're getting used to the game and you don't think about cycling fast. It's more like this. So that could go up to as much as like a second or second and a half, I think. But just as starting value, I think that's going to work fine. Alright, so I don't need these guys because that while loop takes care of everything. Okay, so yeah, I'll take one quick stab at this. Let's see. I could get sneaky and do it this way. You return new wait 4 seconds, and we'll say like 4 seconds. So that way I can kick this off right in the beginning and know that by the time the game is started, that this thing will proceed on. It's kind of a hack way to do it, but that way 5. Yeah, I think 5 seconds should be sufficient. So select local game. If it's on like that, we'll throw it down here. So we'll say start coroutine. Alright, so we got one quick check of this, and then I'm gonna have to unfortunately go back to the animation gig. But we'll see if this is right. That's a bunch of code, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it right in the first try, but we'll see. Let's see. Debug log. Doing villager management now. Alright. Okay, first step, see if the code compiles. So far so good. Good. Alright, mute the audio, crank the game up, and let's see if it kicks off. And if it does kick off, let's see if it plays correctly. So clear this out, go one player. And it didn't do it. Oh, there it goes. Oh crap, I gotta make sure he doesn't actually take out too many of my buildings at one time, otherwise the trigger won't work. Okay, the AI just skunked me because this if then it checks to see if okay, well I'll just change this to 1 just so since the AI was getting too efficient and was wailing on my buildings, you know, that 2 threshold, he just eclipsed it by knocking out like 2 or 3 of my buildings. So let me try this again. That's embarrassing. The AI thwarted me there. It was playing too well. Alright. 2, 3. 4, and it's sending out nobody. So that's not good. Alright. Let's see. If it's greater than 1. Just do a quick debug log. And I'm pretty much out of time, unfortunately. Alright, let's see. It's less than 2. I mean, on the surface it seems like it should work, but I'm obviously missing something. Toss that down here. Alright, else. Already at that value. Okay. So this won't fix it, but at least I can track down why. Hawk! Beefing up AI. Yeah, trying to make the, yeah, you're just in time to say goodbye. I have to go back to the animation job here in just a minute. But trying to make him smarter with the villagers. That's the task here. But I'm going to be back tonight. 8 o'clock, I'll come back tonight and do some proper hours. But my lunch break is just about over here. So, just take out some of the big buildings. So let me, if I drop them to 3... it should pop up with a message, and then we can figure out why it's not. And it's not. Oh, you know what? I may not be delaying it long enough. It may have passed right through. Let's see. I bet you that's it. So I threw up that little hack, wait for 5 seconds, and then the game active message is probably not getting turned to yes yet, to true. So game done, no more villager stuff. So yeah, my guess is that unfortunately this command is going to show up. Oh, wait, why are you? Yeah, that was a delayed thing. Did you see that? It was shown as an error for like a couple of seconds there. Yep. So I need to do that, and I need to teach it when to not go after power-ups, and then he should be a lot smarter. Alright, so last attempt this, and my guess is once it comes up, yeah, that's it. So I'm doing it too soon. Alright, so in that case, I'll cheat this, and I'll say wait for 10 seconds. So that's a 5-second delay, and that gives it 5 seconds. Just implement machine learning and train it. You know, I sat in a class on the Unity Unite, and yeah, that's way over my head, man. That stuff is so advanced. You know, I felt like a kindergartner sitting in like a college class, man. That was just embarrassing. All right. So this time, hopefully that code should activate. I would love to do that, though. I would love to have... There was an old video game I had on the PC where you had this little robotic spider, and it had like some basic machine learning kind of stuff in it. It was really fascinating. And then it reacted based on how you clicked it, if you gave it positive or negative feedback. It was kind of cool. There it goes. Total builder 0. So there it goes. It sends out 2 guys. So that works. Now, they came out at the same time because they were sleeping. So let me try this one more time without doing the sleep thing. If I could do it in 3 weeks for research progress, then you can too. Yeah, but you're like smart and stuff, you know? You understand this coding stuff exponentially better than I do. So I don't think that's a fair comparison there. You know, thanks, but... All right, this is it. Last time. There's 1, 2... 3 buildings, and you can go for that fog, buddy, because I'm still... There it goes. And there they go. They both came out at the same time, though, didn't they? I don't think it delayed it as much as I wanted to, so I'm going to have to space that out a bit more. But it did work. So, I mean, the AI is already smarter, right? I mean, he's not sending the guys out automatically. He's sending it out when he's in more dire straits. So... yeah. Yeah, you're just in time to wave bye-bye. Unfortunately, I have to go back to the animation job. Oh, you saw Glass. Okay, so, hopefully, Walker Talking to Stephen Hawkins. Hopefully you can come back tonight. Oh, no, that's different time zone. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know that. Crud. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to go back to the animation job. My lunch break is over. So the animation, I got notes that I have to address right now, and I have to get them out today so they can get them to the client before this weekend to keep them happy because, you know, they're paying my bills. Yeah, hit me up on Discord if you want to talk about Glass. I'm curious because to be honest, I was not a fan of Unbreakable, but that's a whole nother can of worms. If you stream at 5 a.m. for me, I will try my best to be awake then. Well, like I said, in the meantime, come over to Discord, you know, because I can still kind of chat away there, but unfortunately, I have to shut this down right now, unfortunately, because I got to pay the bills. So, you know, I hate to do a bait and switch, but I thought today I was going to be in better shape, and, well, you guys saw it. You know, if you're watching the stream, you saw how the notes popped up on me, and I realized that, crud, I'm not going to have a 3-hour daytime stream. I got to go do it. You got to do the important stuff. I got to do the stuff that pays the bills, man. Yeah, so please, if you can, come back tonight. I'll come back online 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If not, in the meantime, come on over to Discord and you can chat with me over there. But just don't pay bills. Yeah, no, doesn't work that well. All right, thanks again, guys. I'm so sorry to cut this short, but hopefully you can come back tonight. Awesome, I will see you there. Cool, Celici, I will see you there. I will hopefully see you later. Good luck with the animation stuff. Thanks. And I promise I will tell you guys all the gory details once the TV show comes out. I know you do great. I have seen your other stuff. Thanks. Well, they're happy. You know, none of the notes have been like your animation sucks. It's been make it do this instead of this. And I love those notes. I mean, you know, you want it to be perfect, but at least it's not, you know, your animation sucks. So no big deal. But I do need to go get that cranked out. So thanks again, guys. Sorry for the abbreviated broadcast, but come around tonight and I will be back. All right. Until then, you guys take care and hopefully see you soon. And otherwise, Walker Talking, hit me up on Discord. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.